trader. You're watching the Awesome10X Global Market Update. It's February 26, 2021, the end of the month. And our title today is Freddy Krueger, A Nightmare on Wall Street. This is presented to you by Awesome10X, Global Investing, the Awesome10X Way. Please do follow us, like us, and subscribe, and share to your friends. It's for free. And of course, if you want to join into our classes daily, you can go sign up and register. www.awesome10x.com. Let's begin, guys. Today it's going to be a charting session. I hope you learned something. So when you bought the dip, but it keeps dipping. Yes, the stock market actually went nervous because the 10-year treasury yield jumped to a year high of 1.6%. This is a rapid move, unnerving investors. The 10-year treasuries was the highest level ever since February 14, 2020. So this move is driven by inflation rather than economic recovery. For those who aren't aware, if treasury finance or treasury yield goes up, that means that all the financing in the world is going up and skyrocketing, and it's akin to increasing interest rates without the Fed increasing interest rates. Take note that whenever Jerome Powell, J. Powell, actually talks about the interest rates, the world is shuddering because they know that an interest rate increase is going to send shudders into the entire stock markets. And markets got some broken charts. These charts will need time to unwind and fix. So what happened in the last few days is actually people getting scared that have we peaked in the market. So this is what happened February 25. So look at some companies. Let's read to you. This is Nano Dimension, a 3D printing name. For a day, it's down 13% from $11.78 to $9.43. Doesn't matter if you have 100 shares or 200 shares, you'd feel the impact of a 20% down move within a single day. Plug Power from about $48 to as low as about $44 within the day. And you're seeing BVP, Vivo Power. Clean Spark hitting 40 for the year, and now it's trading at 24. Ganfeng Lithium, it hit as high as about 140, and now it's to $100. F-Cell, yes, it went to $20. Now it's 16. NEO went from 60, now it's 46. Ballard, I remember seeing this at 36, now it's 26. RC Moto was 35, now it's 16. BYD hit a high of about 260, now it's 200. Your Xpeng Motors was 72 last year, now it's 35. Your SunPower was actually as high as 56, and now it's 34. Nvidia was as high as $600 just a week ago. Now it's $540. Your Tesla was $880. Now it's $685. Your HireCar was as high as $15. Now it's $10. Pure Storage, I don't know. Oh, I forgot the chart. Okay. Solar Edge was as high as about $330. Now it's $283. First Solar, I remember seeing this as high as $99 or $105. It's now $80. Jinko Solar was as high as $75. Now it's $49. Enphase was as high as $205. Now it's $165. So your Sunrun, your Sunrun was $80, $90. Now it's $58. Your IRO, I don't chart this, but it's now $7. So that is just the electric vehicle wave. All right. So you've got your EVs, your F-cells, your fuel cell technology names, and some 3D printing loves like Nano Dimension falling hard. Let's take a look at some more clean energy space. Of course, these clean energy names went as much as 500% or 1,000%, sometimes even more than 10x from their March 2020 lows. This is, by the way, just a single day drop. And so I wouldn't be surprised if even if as much as you were not a pig who was actually selling some of your electric vehicles and your solars in the last few months, I'm sure that you got actually nervous with the drops these days because these drops are happening in a single day, in a single week. And this is what you're seeing. The nightmare on Wall Street is actually one day. This is February 25. 98 to 90. Clean Spark was 40, now it's 24. In a single day, 28 to 24. Let's say you sold your Clean Spark at 35. You're now trying to bargain 124. Is this the bottom? That is some people's question. Should I buy this drop? Ganfeng Lithium, F-Cell, Sunworks, Sunnova, Bloom Energy, which is a fuel cell related name. Look at how red the entire electric vehicles, the entire sustainable energy theme is. This is an ESG, clean energy, secular trend with expected trillions of dollars of cash entering or money flow in the next 10 years. How about some blue chips? Let's talk about some big tech, guys. Your Spotify fell down to $300. It was $380 a couple of days ago after announcing some good news that they want to do high-end subscription. So tell me something. I know that Twitter did a good announcement last night, but $75, people sold. People sold Twitter despite good news because they can see that the financing and the dollar and the market is extended. Your Apple is trading at $120, quote unquote, one of the safest low beta names. It's still down 3%. Your Microsoft is down 3%. Your FedEx, which is up 100% for the year, is also down 2%. Your quote unquote defensive names was down 1 to 2%. Take a look at Costco, Nissin Foods, Conagra, Netflix, which is a streaming giant, Target, Kroger, Walmart, P&G, Unilever. If you thought that you could calmly sleep well at night because you've got a Procter & Gamble and a Unilever or Walmart or Coca-Cola, you still lost 1 to 2% last night. Don't lie to me. I know. Teladoc, 13% down. Now trading at $219. It was $300 just a month ago. Nvidia was $600, now at $540. Still the 5G leader, but can you get it at $400? Roku was $480, now it's $380. But then again, Roku was $45 or $20, depending if you bought at 2019. And if you bought during March 2020, where was Roku, guys? It was $58. Mercado Libre was where in March 2020, it was $300 plus. It's now 1.6, fell down to 1.7, still a 6x. Etsy is now $210. Where was that? March 2020, it was where? Around $40, $50. Zoom is now 360. Where was that last year? Just year to date, it's still 500% up. Your C Limited is still 600% up. These daily drops may actually scare most people because they are aware how extended the markets are. We're talking about some of the big leaders actually hitting 500% even after this night's drop. Yes, you got Zoom Video at $70. Even if you're selling at $360, it's still 5x. Your Alibaba, your Datadog, your Shopify, look at all of them. The market has PEAKED. The market has peaked. People are sending me hyperventilating commentaries about the market. How about some of your healthcare and some of your genomics? Even bigger slides. Yes, 15%, 7%, whether you're buying the big guns or the smaller caps. Your check is down to 140. It was about 240 just last month. Your Teladoc 300 is 200. Your PACD, which was $45 or $50, is now $30. Your Transenterix, which was trading something in the realm of $5 plus or $6, is now trading 50% from the peaks at $360. Bio Nanogenomics was trading something in the realm of $13. It's now trading at $9. Could go $7, $8 as well. And of course, if you take a look really on some of these big names, the one-day drops might scare you. But if you think about it clearly, even if you look at a one-year chart of these names, they're still up 100% or more. Progeny was down 18% from $50 down 40. NanoX, these are your IPOs and some of your SPACs. Your SPACs were also falling within 10 to 20%. These are daily drops. Awesome10X, I'll tell you what, after hitting all-time highs, yes, I'm down about 15% on my large portfolio. I'm still down 20% on my smaller portfolios. So without Jimmy, I would have gotten crushed further. But yeah, like as you could see, there was no hiding place except cash. People telling you that you could diversify and diversify all you want. Look at this: IPOs, SPACs, electric vehicles, clean energy names, 3D printing. No matter where you hid, you got killed. You will get killed. whatever it was. How about your connected TV? Magnite fell. Okay, I sold at 56, makes me feel happy. It was stopping at about $60, I remember. Fubo TV down 33, sold some at 45. Your AMC, I sold at 10. Digital Turbine, I don't have it. I sold this very early, but people selling at $70 didn't have a bad deal. They were buying it at 26. Roku, I mean, how could you say the 380 is a bad deal? Your cost is probably just 70, 80, or $100, or even $150 at most. Curiosity Stream here, sell at 17.18. Still a significant run from $10 or $9 last couple of months ago. Pinterest, this was where? $12 in March. Now $85 fell down to 77. After your 10,000 goes to 80,000, even if it goes down to 77,000, you can still sell tonight. Viacom, Walt Disney, AT&T, these names didn't move much. Those that fell 1 to 2% last night were not even 10x to begin with. Copin fell a lot. Yes, 15% down. Your wearables, yes. Your UAVs, yes, it dropped a lot. Your drones fell. Some of your smart glass players, which was really a laggard, still valuable, but still fell down 12%. Your LiDAR firms dropping 10%. Your bionics related firms down 10%. Smart homes down 10%. What exactly happened last night? A massive sell-off. Everyone just wanted to go to cash. For a day, all they wanted to do was just sell everything. If you can sell everything, try to get me into cash. I don't care. I'm up 500%. I don't care. Just sell it at market. That's what happened to the market last night. Did the market actually care if you were predicting oncology, AI, using via deep learning, whether you had good research updates, whether you had earnings, whether you actually had a valuable asset? The answer is no. The market hit a 90% decline yesterday. Diffusion Pharma, ACIC having big name celebrities, did the market care? No, 10% down. Auris Medical's ears, did the market care? No. TSNP with Humble Pay, did the market care? No. What you're seeing here, guys, is that the market is willing to think that good and bad and all the bad and the beautiful and the ugly, everyone is supposedly gonna be sold, which actually spells out a lot of opportunities for everyone, because that means that everyone is willing to sell anything at a discount, no matter if it was a good stock or a bad stock. You could see that it's just red all over the place. Although it will be volatile, it is expected by Awesome10X that the secular trends is not for the faint-hearted. It is for people who love to own 100% to 10x moves. Now, 20% and 50% crashes are opportunities to enter the best names. Let's take a look at them. For blockchains, Awesome10X Secular Trends believes in the following. I think that Bitfarms, Hot Mining, Tesoro Enterprises, and Forwardly are some of the great blockchains to get because they are entering payment space. And for Bitfarming and Hot Mining, I like their hash rates. I like the fact that they hodl a lot of BTCs in their portfolio. And thus, with their market caps today, I feel that in the next 5 years, I'm not talking about the 5 days or the 5 months, I think that in the next 5 years, these are 10x names, 1,000% moves. I'd rather lose 20, 30% tonight, tomorrow, next week, next month, as long as I'm going to make 100%, 500% in these names. Now, for Chinese fintech, I'd like to get in on some undervalued categories like JFU and QD. This is 9F Bank and this is Chitian. In my view, their business models fundamentally is actually better than buying an expensive and financial. And so, because their business is financing and lending money digitally, and with 500 million or even $300 million next week, next month, I'm of the opinion that I am buying a deep value today. I can take the heat. Penny stocks, all right. I do believe that AITX, Senseonics, Ocugen, and Zomedica, while they are too many to mention, might actually give me a 50% drop or even a 70% drop continuous, guys, from their recent peaks, but it will actually still present the 10x move. How about cannabis names? Nikki, do you still believe in cannabis names? I believe in the following names. Organigram, Hexo, and Sundial are the favorite of Reddit and a lot of Wall Street bettors. Now, granted, they're not really profitable. Earnings wise, Hexo is just gonna be break even EBITDA this year. Now, will I still want them? I think that they have the most to give back in terms of gains after a pretty stellar move. OGI went from $1.30 when we were buying to as high as $6. I think OGI is still trading at $3 today. Can it fall down to my cost? Probably not. But did I sell some? Yes, I actually sold early, even earlier than the 6. Yes, I wasn't able to sell at the peak. Now, even if you haven't sold, if you're selling your Hexo at $7, if you followed Awesome10X when we were buying Hexo dollar at about $2.50, I sold $7, $7.50, and $8. I do not really care even if I didn't sell at 11 or 10. Doesn't matter. I don't care about selling the peak. Example, if you've got some BTCs at $5,000 and $10,000 and you sold some today at $46,000, doesn't mean that you don't believe in the story that BTC will go to $100,000 someday in the future. You actually do. However, trimming some shares at the market is not me not liking the secular trend, because the risk is it goes down further because people will take profits anyhow. Sundial actually rose something from 60 cents to $3, a 5x move. Green Thumb is a trending name. True Leave is a trending name. 3x, 2x. People might actually take profits on them, but I like to get them if a 50% drop happens. For indoor farming solutions, you've got Agrify as an IPO. You've got Grow Generation as a flick and shovels play. There's also another new company that I'd like to put in, which is IQND, Indoor Harvest. These indoor farming solutions, in my view, are necessary in the biggest trend for the next 10 to 20 years. We're hitting 10 billion people, guys, by 2050. And with 7 billion people today, how can we feed those 3 billion people in the world if we will not invest in controlled environment agriculture, or AKA CEA? The CEA is a secular trend because we need to feed ourselves. We need to feed humanity. If an acre is expensive, an acre of land, how will we produce a lot of food? We need indoor farming solutions, vertical farming, and these companies address that need. AgTech is Raven Robotics. Only because I see the market peaking, it means that, of course, I think that there is some short-term profit-taking action right now. So Raven at $40, $42 might have temporarily peaked, but will I want to buy it at $30 or 40% lower or 25% lower? The answer is yes. Robotics, I believe in AIPX, Kraken Robotics, and Transenterix, which is robotic surgery. Granted, not all people know about their fundamentals. However, a 50% drop from their peaks or even a 70% drop from their peaks is something I like. PACB, PacBio, BioNanogenomics, ARIA, and CM Life Sciences are my preferences to get into genomic sequencing. Now, granted, they've gone 10x, 2x in just a short span of time. And so the drop in the markets is actually an opportunity for all Awesome10X investors to actually capitalize on their drops if you don't have any position. Telehealth, which is TDoc, is actually my preferred play. Of course, there's Teladoc and there's Amwell. There's also Clover Health. I don't like Clover Health. I'll be honest here, I don't like Clover Health. I think it should go down below $10. Now, for Teladoc, is $220 a great opportunity? Yes. Can it go $170? Yes. Do I need to buy and wait? Yes, you can wait, but you can also not wait. It depends how much money do you think you can allocate for the stock. People are asking, is Swimmy part of AR/VR an Awesome10X secular trend? Yes. I forgot to put it here. Yes, I like WIMI. Let me go to that later on. Cancer, gene therapies, stem cell research. I like cancer genetics because they're going to merge with stemonics. Ears, I'm not really quite sure, but I believe that they've actually put a lot of updates about how they can address the ones who are deaf with genetic therapies. Organ transplants, I'm taking a look. I like Transmedical Group and Humacyte. These two are what I prefer for this trend. Longevity play, age. For some people, they don't like to believe in longevity. So this is actually perhaps a subpar secular trend for me. So I might actually cross this out. Biodegradable plastics, I believe in Arcia's acquisition, aka Origin Materials. I do have Danimer and Roche, but at current levels, because I find them expensive, I'm willing to sell both of them and take my profits and become cash. Electric vehicles, do I believe in VC, BC, and GTC? Yes, I believe in the both of them. I have a position on both of them and they can go down. Yes, that's true. However, in the next 5 years, I do believe that there is no chance that Chinese companies would not be using GTEC. And neither do I believe that any electric vehicle in town selling, whether it be Canoe, Fisker, even your whatever electric vehicle out there, they're all going to be using Re-Auto, which is actually the SPAC vehicle of BCBC. Now, do I believe in micromobility? Yes, because I believe that the gig economy is here to stay. Your food deliveries are all here to stay. Therefore, how am I going to play that? I'm going to play that through RC Moto and new technologies. And for other people, because they like the leasing model, because some people might not be able to buy the RC Moto itself, they prefer the car leasing or micromobility leasing company hire, which works with RC Moto. Do I believe there's a 10x move in them? The answer is yes. They're very cheap in terms of market cap, that the 50-60% drop from their peaks are, in my view, opportunities to buy. Do I like Afria? Yes. I believe that Afria and Tilray are good companies. However, in the cannabis space, it's likely that the market will prefer them to go down. Actually, for cannabis, I like a lot of them. And it's really more of buying them as low as you can, if you can get them 70% drops or more from their earnings, because some of them went insane. Sorry, oops, your batteries. All right, people are asking me which battery company do I like. All right, you know that I like CATL. It's not available for us. How do I want to play the battery game? I like to play it through the battery recycling. I didn't write all of them. Okay, I like PDAC, Peridot Acquisition, PDAC. Let me just fix it right now. Let me exit this and let me share to you. Let's put it here. Yes, people ask me how about ARVR. Yes, I like WIMI. Let's put it there for holograms. ABML, PDAC, which is lithium cycle. I do like in the batteries, yes, ALOS. I do like that. Okay, let's take a look. Let's discuss that. All right. So in terms of battery makers, I should put 1211. Of course, Tesla is also in the battery space. Sorry, I didn't put a lot of the existing important names. Wait up. Let me fix it now. Sorry, let me fix that. So of course, yes. Of course, I like 1211, Tesla, and so forth, right? So you could say NIO, Xpeng. Yeah, I guess you want to put that here, but they are in the same category, right? Yeah, let's put it there. Okay. All right. So yes, in electric vehicle space, I do love NIO, Xpeng, Tesla. The current current panic in their shares are not a position for me to panic sell into. However, I think that an opportunity exists for them. If you have it, you've got some drawdowns on it. I don't care. You can just keep it. Your 1211 is a battery play. Your 175 is actually an electric vehicle play as well. Actually, in the electric vehicle space, there's just too many. Okay, 305 is also there. There's so many, right? Okay. Forgive me if I may forget top of mind ideas, right? Dragon Tail Systems is in the drones. Wait, can you see my screen? New share. Okay, sorry, new share. Can you guys see my screen now? All right. For electric vehicles, I'll discuss a lot of them. All right. But here's me saying that from a 10x secular trend, I am not changing my mind because of the 1 day, 2 day thing of the treasury yields. Because I saw that the charts peak doesn't mean that I don't believe in any of these 10x secular trends anymore. In fact, I do believe that yes, they will drop 10, 20%, 30%. Will it fall further after they're dropping 20%? It could. There is nothing that prevents me to think about scenario planning. It could fall. If I tell you that it wouldn't fall, you wouldn't get scared. You wouldn't predict. You would just never prepare the cash. Awesome 10X only says that you want to predict, you want to prepare for the, I always say, prepare the ark, do not predict the rain. When you're preparing the ark, when a 50% drop happens or a 20% drop happens, I think that if it happens, guys, it happens. It happens, it happens. Doesn't matter, right? Well, it matters, yes, I know. And I think that it's all about, it's relative to your exposure. It's relative to your exposure all the time. That's why I would say that in a strategic format, assuming that you are highly exposed to all of these 10x trends and you're sitting with some profits out there and you've never sold a single share, you can sell half, you can sell all, depending on what you really want to do. But for others, even if they sell all, as long as you keep a mental note that you will buy it back, you have to buy it back. Because the problem with most people is that if they sell all, they forget in buying back. So maybe the most important thing is just sell half if you're really scared that the market will fall. Or just sell 1/4, 1/3, okay? And then of course, you don't sell any price. Consider that some of them are extended, some of them are oversold. You don't really sell if it's oversold. Okay, QuantumScape, today's price is still at $55 or $60. I do think that it's a bit expensive. Can you buy them at $40 below? Possible, guys. It was just $12, $18 a year ago. Wait for Signet Technologies and Store.ipo as well. I like those two companies for my battery play. Alos, yes, I like it. I know it's gonna be a smaller entity. That would be Freyer. That is the SPAC. If you have it, chances are most SPACs will bottom out at $10. Now, of course, let's say your cost is $12 or 12.5. If it goes to $10, yes, you get a 25% down, but you shouldn't be scared. Eventually, after a 25% drop, I do believe it goes to 100% up. So it's not really a big problem. Drones, eVTOLs. All right, I'm pretty sure that you are sitting with profits on your Astro Aerospace, Alpine, and Plymouth Rock. So I personally sold some of them 100%, 150% up because I feel that I would use the cash. Let's say I won't be able to buy drones back and I miss the 5x move next couple of days. Possible yon. It's not impossible, but I'm trying to take also the risk that if I sell and unloaded it to cash, that maybe a bigger opportunity awaits me in the next month. Your ACIC, your AL2, your RTP are actually SPACs in the eVTOL. I myself saw them go up and then they went down. So it's a little bit sayang. What? RTP was like $15, $16. Now I think it's $12. Do I regret not selling? Well, a little, yes. I do regret not selling because the thing about RTP is that it's Joby Aviation. I really like the company that RTP went into, and I'm there for the long term. However, if an opportunity happens that RTP gives me an exit again, at least half of my shares might be unloaded at 15, 16. So what I'm saying is that I like these companies. I wouldn't panic sell them. However, if you give me an entry opportunity, if you give me a chance to sell them, say, a 20% higher price from last night, I might actually unload some of them. So will it create a lower high in the market? Yes. And I believe that a lot of hedge funds and a lot of retail investors out there are also thinking, hey, my money has gone here. I know that I'm not going to be making all-time highs in the next 2 months or 3 months, no matter what I do, because of the massive sell-off that's happening in the market. However, I'm also not stupid to sell it at any price. Meaning, if I believe it's going to go 1,000 and it's currently at $500 already, why would I actually sell too low? I think that it's very important for you to simply be aware that it's just about cash exposure and nothing more. Esports, luck and gamble are actually in the expensive space today. So I sold some luck. If you haven't sold your luck and gamble, I do think that there are actually opportunities to sell them. Even your doyus and your huyas, if you haven't sold them, I would remain selling them first and then buying back next time. Did I unload them for some cash? Yes, I did. WIMI, Immersion, GHBI, which is Matterport, Next CF, which is Next AR, UBRM, which is Urban Immersive. These are some small companies. Now, AR/VR, in my view, is a big trend. However, it is possible that I'm too early in this trend. So, it could go down. Actually, the earlier Awesome10X in a secular trend, sometimes a peak move can actually go 40-50%. Not just a mild 20% crash. So of course, if I could unload a little bit now and then I'll try, because I might be able to get it at a cheaper price. Now, if I sell some GHBI, aka Matterport, is it a sure thing that I sell? Let's say I sell at 19. Will I be sure that it goes to 15 or 13? Actually, I'm not sure. I'm taking a risk. Everything in the secular trend department are 10x wins. In the short term, if you unload some of them or all of them, you are also taking a risk. Don't think that just because you sold, that you went into cash, that you made yourself safe. In fact, guys, I am 110% long on the market, meaning I am heavily long in the market. My profits was actually in the market, my capital is in the market, and I even have a little bit margin. So, am I heavily long? The answer is yes. Am I a little bit scared? Well, a little, but the truth is I can't be scared. You see, these stocks I like long term. So if they fall, I accept 20% drop, because I know that at some point in time, people will pick these companies up. If Teledoc fell $200 or $180, assuming I don't have money and I wasn't able to sell at 280 or 270, chances are I'd still be able to sell it at 270, give me 6 months or a year. They're not a downtrend company forever. Now, for Immersion, let's say I didn't sell all my shares at 15. I kind of feel bad. Yes, it's 15, Immersion. And now it's about $10.90. Sure, I may not be able to sell at 15. However, can I sell at 12, 13, 14? I probably can. So if I see them going up 12, 13, 14, I'll be one of the few sellers who will unload. If I unload and it goes 18, 19, 20, it is my risk. My risk that what I'm trying to bet upon is that these secular trends will not make all-time highs in the next 3 months. That is my only short-term time frame for now. But in the 10x world, I do believe that, of course, they'll hit all-time highs, right? I will think that they will hit all-time highs. Wearables, Scope and Vuzi Eman, yes, I know that they have actually peaked in the short term. So in the next $170, and right now at $100, even if the downside can go 90 or 85, I'm of the view that I would rather hold on to it. I bought some Unity last year at about 67, 77, 88, even added 100 and I added 125. So I'm really a bullish person on Unity. When it went 150, 160, 170, part of me knew that it was very expensive, but I'm there really for the long term. So I partially only trimmed only at about, actually when it was rising, even before it hit 150, I sold already at 140. I remember getting sold at 140. And then actually I bought back that 140 to 125. And then right now I'm willing to buy Unity if it falls to 85, if it ever falls. I'm on the long term here. Roblox, I believe that the IPO is going to be $27 billion direct listing price. I won't be buying Roblox at $27 billion, but give me at about $14 billion or half the price, I'd be willing to get in. Now, is there a possibility that Roblox will never go down $14 billion market cap? Yes, it's possible. However, I think that the insiders have a cost of $7 billion last year. That insider is just a years ago price on Roblox. And of course, the super duper venture capitalists who invested in Roblox are hitting something in the realm of 100x on Roblox when it lists at $27 billion. Because pre-unicorn stage, before Roblox was a $1 billion company, they already put in their money in Roblox. So it's possible that on the direct listing day, all the short-term thinkers will actually unload on Roblox listing date. I might not be buying it on the listing date. E-commerce, do I believe in C Limited and Bridgetown? Yes. Am I selling? Yes, I'm selling because I think that I could buy them back lower. Am I taking a risk? Yes, I'm taking a risk. I sold some C Limited at 280, even before C Limited hit the peak of 280. Right now it's trading at $230. If you've never sold your C Limited, I think that at $230 to $40, you might want to unload some, perhaps not all, and then chances are buy it back 120, 140, 170. Now, am I thinking too low? Possible. I might not be able to get it back. So I do have some souvenirs on C Limited that I put in my never sell button, which is meaning I do that. Souvenirs, I have a never sell button when I've sold half or 1/4 already. Bridgetown, I already sold actually at 17, but if it falls again, I'm gonna just perhaps buy it back at 11. Will it ever go down to 11? Perhaps not. That's why people like to assume that they can buy the secular trends, but they're not really even sure if it's gonna fall 50% lower. Now about blockchain, do you think about crypto? Chinese small caps, US fintechs. Yeah, I do. And I think that most of them are highly levered companies, and all of them will expect a 50 to 70% drop on the wild crypto miners. It's actually an interesting opportunistic entry for another 500% move forward. I do think that their rewards will be big. And so I did say that I like some hot, maybe 8 to 5, bit farms, maybe 6 to 4. I like some blockchain fintech. If I'm gonna be very slow, if I want to really get a bargain, I try to get TSNP at 70 cents. Try to get forwardly at 50 cents. If I don't have IPOE, I'll be happy to get it at $17 to $14. People are asking, Nikki, are you gonna exit on SOS? Because I am not quite very sure on SOS fundamentals. I'm willing to unload that at a loss. Yes. I am willing to sell SOS. If I'm wrong for cutting at 15% downside, all right, I'm wrong. It's okay. I'll have the cash because I know that the opportunities today, I could buy some Clean Sparks at a low price. I could perhaps buy a Unity. I could buy a Palantir. I could buy so many companies with cash today. The opportunities today are so big that it is not wrong for me to cash out a little bit. So what is HOT? HOT is just a derivative of BTC. They've got 3,000 Bitcoin holdings. Of course, it's strongly correlated. I think, of course, it is a long-term uptrend, but it is not for the faint-hearted. Where do I think that the buying opportunities will be? After peaking at $16, a divide by 2 would be $8. Can it go to 5? Yes, $8 to $5 is where I think HOT mining will actually bottom out. Will bit farms go up? Yes, but it's for now as a derivative of BTC as well. Expect all-time highs from this group in the next 5 years, but you can want to buy 6 to 3. So right now it's trading at about $6. It could go $4 as well. I think that you will be happy if you buy it at about $3 to $4 next couple days. Will it fall? Now, some people might say it won't fall, but I think that if this one rallies to 7 or 8, those who got in at $2 will of course be tempted to take profits. So in my view, the people who saw a drop in their positions will actually sell. The fast moves drop were actually so fast. That's why it's possible that not everyone is able to unload and sell. And therefore, it will create a lower high, whether it drops tonight or it doesn't. People would actually sell it on a lower high. That's what I believe. Broken charts. Now, what do you think about BTCs? Well, BTC is a correlated asset in the stock market. Why do people think that it's not correlated when it is really a highly correlated liquidity provider? Why was it a liquidity provider? Because BTC's rising 10x actually made some people rich, and therefore they were able to buy stocks and houses in the first place. Because BTC USD went from 5,000 to 56,000, I do think that some Tesla buyers are actually the same BTC buyers and holders. Yes. And so when they 10x their wealth from BTCs, from GMEs, from Teslas, of course, they are buying houses. And of course, it's also true that they will be selling some of their shares. They're not going to distribute it all the way to 25,000 if you think and ask me. But I think selling at 50,000 or 46,000 or even 42,000 is not a bad price to unload given, look, I believe that the real BTC holders have a cost way below $10,000. I'm pretty sure that the people who believe in BTCs, perhaps even $1,000 below cost, okay? So they will not be the kinds of sellers that would sell at any price. However, because they will sell and sell in the next 3 months, the buyers will, of course, be consolidating from about 50,000, maybe about 40,000. So will it panic sell all the way to 30,000? Well, if that happens, it's your lucky day. If it happens, guys, it's not a bad thing. It's your lucky day. I think that all stocks will coincide to bottom out when BTC will retest the previous high here as support. That previous high was 40,000, and this consolidation move at 30,000 is also a support. Meaning 30,000 to 40,000 is my downside minimum, my maximum or minimum for BTCs. Like I don't think it goes $5,000. I don't think so. BNBs, aka Binance, of course, went up in just a single month, actually from about $46 all the way to $360 or something in the realm of 8x. And so Binance also had a profit-taking move. All these profit takers will still unload, and I think that the 50% Fibonacci, or I really don't know if it will really hit there. 205 already got reached, but they could actually still unwind and sell at $240 and continuously sell it at $168 or even at $122. So for those who don't have Binance, I think that they want to buy at $120 or $170. Therefore, if you ask me, from a risk-reward standpoint, I think the 226 all the way to 250 and even at 260 is still a selling area. It's not a buying area, it is a selling area. Let's talk about some Margo blockchains. Okay, I think that this peaked at about $350 here from about just $9 here. 40x your money. Yes, you'll 10x your money, but it depends where you entered. You've already 10x. Where did you enter? $40? Or $50 or $100. Even if one load at $240 last night, you're still 140% up. And so even if this went up, take a look. Your upside is 280, but your downside could be 140, and the current price is 240. Estimating the upside versus the downside for the first time in my life, I have to agree that the bears should be the ones winning here. The bears will win because the downside is bigger than the upside in the short term. Hot mining, the downside can go as high as 8 or even as high as 5. Typically, for all the BTCs out there, the bigger the drop of Bitcoin, the bigger the drop of crypto miners and all of them. So from $16, this was trading at $1. They'd sell it at 8, which is a 50% drop from the peak, or even 70% down from the peak, which is $5. At $10.44, will they still sell this? My answer, guys, is a yes. They'd still sell it. The people who got in at $1, $2, still sitting at massive profits here will sell it all the way down. IPOE is trending, but I think there will be a wide range. Strong company, yes, I like Anthony Noto, but at $24, it seems as if this has really peaked. From about $12 here to $24, people unloaded. They want to buy back where? I think their buyback would be something in the realm of 17 or 14. Now, what do you do if you're trapped at 24 and it's now trading at 19? You could either sell it at $20.21 or you just wait it out. see where it bottoms out, because when it bottoms out, I don't think that this is a long-term downtrend. You'd see people doing buy, sell, buy low, sell high. So you do not actually sell any price. You want to unload perhaps near 24 or 21 at the very least. You do not sell any price. What do you think about Yeka, Nikki? Well, Yeka is the square of China. From 36 went to $120. The current price of $80 is actually a first sign of support. However, if the market were to continually fall down tonight, next month, then you could probably see it here at about $70 or even at $56. But in my view, again, if it goes up to $90 and $100, you'd see a lower high. A big drop in just a few days will actually get a lower high. That is what you call a DCB, a dead cat bounce. Once the market bounces on the upside, you want to unload and get your cash back. Chitian is a Chinese fintech. I think that it is a buy low and a sell high. You might not be able to sell as high as 4. If you buy at $2 or $2.20, you get a sell at $3 or just $2.80. Right now, the more the market is chaotic, the more that people who have it will not just sell at any price. The ones who are selling at any price get the shares from them because they don't know what they're missing. They're selling any price. What we saw last night was people just losing their minds and selling any price. So if you're down 10% in last night or down 20% last night, you were not really doing a bad thing. The market just fell. They just sold anything, guys. You could have just bought anything and anything would have gotten sold down. Okay, penny stocks, Wall Street bets. These are some of the names that everyone in penny stock world likes. AITX, robotics, TSNT, blockchains, battery recycling, which is American Battery Metal. ILS has a lot of buyers. I have no idea what it is. Solar is SNTW. Some indoor farming, I did not put the IQNT, wind power, MMMW. GISA and all of them are biomass plays. What is the common denominator of all of them? The common denominator of all these penny stocks is that they are highly volatile. They're highly volatile, but they're also highly rewarding. Fundamentally speaking, these are not zero companies, and therefore their $50 million market caps might actually be an opportunity if we think that they're going to be a $500 million market cap someday, or even billions of dollars someday. So that said, these companies will also have a lot of volatility. Let's talk about some volatile names. This is Torchlight, fell down 13% last night. This went somewhere from the realm of 45 cents all the way to $4.50, or a 10x move. Right now, from $4.50, it quickly fell to $2 last couple of days, rallied from 2 all the way to 3. Yes, a 50% move in a single day, then fell down again at $2.40. What if tonight this falls at $2? What do you think will happen? Some people might actually buy Torchlight tonight at $2. And if it falls further, they'll buy it at $1.50. The truth of the matter is, if you're here to buy the crash, I think that the biggest reward for you in buying the crash are actually to buy some penny stocks. Not because I think that these penny stocks are not worth pennies. They're actually worth dollars. Torchlight is merging with Meta Materials, MMAT. What do you think about GSE, Nikki, Global Clean Energy Holdings? I think that 40 to 45 cents is an accumulation zone. From about 20 cents, it rallied to as high as 85 cents. How many stocks can actually 4x in a single month? The truth is, not a lot. And then from 85 cents, this big drop of 50% is just normal. If you've been trading or playing with penny stocks, you know that 50% drops are actually normal. It's not an outlier thing. There's no need to panic. In fact, you want to buy all these drops, just like what happened here, so that you get the 5x, 10x move. You'll make more money if you know how to buy crashes rather than panicking. Kraken Robotics is an underwater company. Robots, unmanned robots. Yes, it's a classic breakout. This is KRKNF. Look at the company consolidated in just a few months before, here about 45 to 50 cents, rally to as high as 90 cents, and then pull back 1 to 3, a classic hit and run pullback setup from Jeff Cooper. You added at 63 cents. If you want it, you bought at 30% higher at 63 cents. This is just started to trending. Classic breakout, retest is a buy. AITX is a super strong company in my view. AITX is robotic assistance devices. I'm giving you some of the keys to wealth, so listen up. This went from something in the realm of 2 centavos all the way to 28 centavos or a 14x move. Naturally, if you're hitting, again, even if you've got just $2,000, you hit $28,000. Naturally, even at $15,000, some people might actually unload because it started at 2,000. So I'm not of the view that 15,000 is the support or the resistance. It could even be resistance. This is clear to me. However, the supports could be 8,000 here. 8 cents. Will it go to 2 cents? Perhaps not. So if you bought at 15 cents AITX, it could go up, it could go down. But I think that the drops is limited to 8 cents and the rewards are as high as about 20 cents or even 25 cents. So just be aware of the risk reward whenever you're engaging with any company. Cannabis Names, I said, are great companies, whether it be Afria, Hexo, Aurora Cannabis, Canopy Growth, Tilray, Kronos, OGI, Sundial, True Leaf, Green Thumb, Curaleaf, Charlotte's Web. How about the cannabis stacks, Nikki? Not all of them went 5x. You have nothing to worry about with the companies like Merida Merger and Green Rose. If they spike, then you sell. If they don't spike, just let it be. Silver Spike already went up, so I would assume that you've sold. Clever Leaves also went up, and at 14.15, my assumption is that all the SPACs right now are being sold down by the market because they're wanting to have their cash to find out what opportunities are there available in the market. Precision AgTech, Raven, John Deere, AgroFresh, these are okay. However, with the run-ups these days, people are just taking profits for cash. For cash, nothing more. Agrify, Grow Generation, Hydro Farm, they're still a little bit high, some of them. Agrify, however, has a resistance at 15. It's a trading range. GramF never rose. So actually, I think people would actually unload it at $10 or $11 because they would actually switch from GramF to something else. Now, for the cannabis names, I think that the downside is still big. If you haven't sold, January you'd have sold, February you'd still sell. Even on March, I think that none of them have bottomed out. So for weed-related names, most of them are still very high. You'd see a trading range, but any 30% rallies from last night till the next month will be unloaded. There will be a lot of selling front on your cannabis names, especially in your solar names as well. So Raven Industries, we are seeing that the people who got in at 33 would sell already at 39 or 40 if they have it. Will they buy it back at 33 or will they wait at 26? So the deeper the market goes, it will go deeper than 33. But I think that people today are so adamant in holding cash that they'd sell anything today at any price. It doesn't matter if they believe that Raven Industries, which is actually farming robots, has a great technology. Right now, no matter what great earnings will be revealed, take note that the market really didn't care. Salesforce had great numbers, it was sold down. Every company that had great numbers was sold down, sold down, sold down. So next week, even if NeoX Peng will get big numbers, I'm not sure if the market will sell on the good news. They will make up all their excuses, but the truth is they're just really charting. I do believe that the market will just unload because they're seeing lower highs. Clever Leaves is a company in the cannabis area. Look, after hitting 18, 19, got sold down, still being sold down at 14. Why is it being sold down? Because all the hedge funds who bought in is actually pricing 10, 11 price. Take note that all the SPACs, even the venture pipe investors can sell. And so at 14, they're still making some money. And therefore, I think all the SPACs have a seller, I think already 15 to 20, they're going to unload in the next 3 months, no matter which SPAC it is. Tilray, yes, from about $5, $6, already 10x at $66. Selling mode at 44, selling mode at 36. I think eventually, because last night, one day drop, overnight reversal, now you've got another resistance at 28 or 30. Where is the support? As low as $15. with a big drop of a possible 50%. One of the biggest potential drops, if you are actually bearish, is actually still the cannabis names, because they went as high as about $60. Yes, they can fall to $15. Grow Generation is still on a drop in my view. Sold at 67, sold at $60, even at $45. I think the Grow Generation has leeway to go as low as $30. So 45 going down to $30 is a $15 drop versus a potential upside of 60. Now, even if you tell me that Grow Generation will bounce tonight at 52 and 55, I'm pretty sure we'll see that people would sell it. Meaning, guys, they own this at $10, they would unload. Hexo is also gonna be sold down. Cannabis packs are the same thing. All the cannabis packs at about 15 to 20 will be sold. However, if it's just a $10.50 name, there's nothing to unload on. $10.50 is still $10.50. People will not sell that. Hexo is a strong trend, yes, but at 8 to 9, that is a resistance. Your support is $5 to $6. I think that the downside is still imminent, and so all the cannabis names will still be continually sold down. It's still a sell down. So Agrify, unfortunately, although it bounced at $13 in February 24, I do think that this one would go down and retest 11 and 12, and then any rallies at 15 will still be sold down. AgroFresh, if this rises to about 250, people will sell it down, and then they'll just buy it at $2, or maybe they won't even buy this name because it is a small company for them. Drones, there will be a huge sell-off. Your Alpine, your Dragonfly, your Plymouth, these have gone so strong, and it's tempting to actually profit take in them. It's extended. Astro Aerospace, ACIC, and DSAW and NHS. I like these green highlights. That's why I put a green highlight on them in AL2. However, I think that the market will actually unload them. Even take off at about $1.50. They'd still sell that. I think that the market right now is trying to profit take all their 50% and 100% and even 500% gains. They will. Any company that they were correct in, I don't think that they're really gonna hold on. And even if you tell me, well, it's just my souvenir, should I just keep it? It's really up to you. If your souvenir is also worth a lot of money, I think that you have to still unload. However, if the souvenir can fall 50% and you don't really percent, then go ahead. Meaning if Alpine went from 6 all the way to 4 and you tell me, no, I don't care, then it's fine. All I need you to ask yourself is the current price, if it goes divide by 2, are you scared? Because if you're scared, then you should sell and trim even 1/3, 1/4, 1/2. I don't know what amount that helps you sleep well at night. Also, for the SPACs or eVTOLs that haven't announced who they're going to merge with, you have to keep them because I believe that they will rise 30 to 50% on announcement. Just like RTP, it went up to about $15 to $17 on announcement of Joby Aviation. I think that all of the eVTOL related SPACs will actually go up 30 to 50% or even 100% spike when the announcement happens. And you can see a sell on those warrants when that happens. It has nothing to do with the index. SPACs, guys, if you're going to ask me what asset class is actually uncorrelated with the stock market, I think that the answer there is SPACs. At $10, $11, my risk of a loss is small. Now, however, at 15 to 20, we're talking about a 50% or 100% reward. Of course, there are some people who would be willing to sell that. It's not a 10, 20% gain. It's as big as 50 to 100%. It helps compensate all the risk that you took for investing in the SPAC in the first place. Therefore, if you take a look at ASDND, it's more in the resistance. Even on February 26, I believe that this is a selling area. 3 to 4 is where I'll support it, below 50%. Dragon Tail hasn't even rallied 50%. However, the market is already seeing that 19 cents is a potential resistance. It has lagged amongst all the drones that I own. That's why I'd rather perhaps unload at about 16, 17 cents. I'm a little bit disappointed why I'm just up 10, 20% here. But okay, I'd rather have cash. I made 10 to 20% in just a single month, and yet I'm still greedy. Sometimes I think myself that I am too greedy as well. So all right, I'll sell some, put it in cash. Dragonfly, I'm telling you that I was so greedy. I sold at 3 and then I kept my souvenirs. Right now it's 220. Even if my cost is $1.80, I do think that yes, the market will sell this down. So I think that there will be a $1.50 to $3. Any rallies of Dragonfly 220 all the way to 270 is gonna be a lower high. All the drones will be a lower high. Lower high means a harder time to make money. ALPP also lower highs, $9, $7, even at $6, I would unload all my Alpine 4. I sold already because I think that at $3 to $4 where I bought here $3 to $4 before it broke out to all-time highs. Yes, I think that it will fall no matter if I like the company fundamentals. Right now, the market seems as if they're not even asking me what company I own. They're just selling everything. Ilos, yes, I'm up 100%. I'll be willingly selling it because right now, all the companies that I have at 100% or 500%, I'm unloading it to cash. Something that I never really went to do before because it's a souvenir play. But right now, all right, I sell it to cash and think twice whether the market will give me a bigger drop. Bombardier never rallied, never went up. Still asleep right now. So I think like for Bombardier, the only thing here is that, well, it never went anywhere. It's just sleeping. Bombardier is sleeping. Bombardier is sleeping. And so when you're faced with that, you just do nothing. There's no downside for me. 45 cents goes down to 40 cents. I can just sleep well at night. Okay. Will it go 50%? The fact is it didn't move. So it's going to be a laggard. I'd unload if it's at break even on my cost. I like it fundamentally anyway, so I don't mind. Okay, a few things, some strong SPACs. ACIC, it hit 18. Now it's back to 12. What do I do with my ACIC? Personally, I like it fundamentally. ACIC is your Archer Aviation. So it's now back to $12. It can rally to 14, 15. So what do I do with all these names? I would just sell them on rallies. Lower highs will be where I'll sell. I won't sell at any price. It can go up tonight, and that's why the futures will be volatile tonight. Goes up, goes down. If you take a look, guys, at NASDAQ, let's take a look at the NASDAQ futures. It's going haywire right now because the NASDAQ futures right now is here at about 12.7, 12.8. It could even rally tonight at 13,200, but if it rallies there, people will still sell it, right? Because people who slept and saw their shares go down quickly are going to be sellers. They're long in the tooth. They'll sell this. It's still an extension. Whereas the real reset, the reset button is 11.7. How do you think that NASDAQ will fall? Well, let's take a look at the biggest kahunas of NASDAQ, right? Your Apple. All right, let's take a look at your Apple. Your Apple is going to get sold down tonight. It never reached 160. Apple will fall. Apple will fall here at $140. It's now $120. Where can it go? $110 or $100. Now, some people who don't wish to sell their Apple will just sell the index. It's the same thing, guys. When you sell an index put, what's the biggest thing in the index? It's Apple. What's the biggest thing in Microsoft? It's also the same thing. Drop. 240, go down to 216. All right. What's going to happen to Google? Same thing. 2000 going down to 18. At the very least, a 10% downside. What's going to happen to your Facebook? Same thing. 250 goes down to 240. What happens with your Disney's? I thought that Disney's going to be a long-term shareholder play. Yes, but do you think that this has stopped at 200? Partially, yes. Will it go to 165? Possible then. So with the market seeing that, okay, the downside is bigger, probably 10% or more, let me just trim some at $190, take some profits off, put it into cash. This has nothing to do with predicting where the market goes, by the way. I don't care if the market goes up 100,000% tonight. Joke lang. Hindi naman nag-100,000 ang index. The market can go 1 to 2% up tonight because it fell last night quite big. However, what do you think will happen because of all the broken charts that you've done, not just in one sector, but with all sectors? You woke up all the people. You woke up everyone who has been lulling with all their stock market portfolios just rising and rising to all-time highs. You woke up the beast. That's what you did. Lower highs to all the sectors tells me that protection is needed. And so, guys, whether it be a SPAC as strong as ACIC, and okay, EH is actually being shorted, right? So 40 to 80, now it's back to 40. I guess even if it doesn't go to 80, because the market right now is weak, they'll be still selling at $60. So that's the sad thing, guys. Even if you like eVTOLs, chances are eVTOLs or electric vehicle takeoff landing. As a sector, I think that the market doesn't like these awesome 10x secular trends at the short term. Short term lang. So yun, altitude acquisition will still also get sold down 13, 14. What happens to the electric vehicles? Well, you've already seen your Teslas, Xpengs, Neos, Lees, 1211, 175, 2333, 305. In my view, they will consolidate. Some of your EV SPACs are getting sold down heavily. If you haven't sold down your Churchill, which is Lucid Motors, if you haven't sold down or your Proterra, if you haven't sold down an NGA, Norgenesis acquisition is Lion Electric. It had an announcement. Look at what's happening in the market. Every time you give a good news, it's just getting sold down. Sold down, sold down, sold down. It's just being sold down. People are asking, Nikki, what is a reversal indicator for the market to bottom out? Well, it's not one indicator. You have to see the entire sector bottom out. BTC USD is going to be one indicator. That is one. Tesla will be also a bottoming out indicator. That is another. You look at leaders. When you see Microsoft and Apple not going down, that is also an indicator. When you see Amazon not going down, that is an indicator. You want to see the big ones, the Shopify's, Nvidia's defended and defended. However, guys, it's not defended. Let me share to you the charts of these big kahunas. Anyway, so the big tech actually has been falling. In fact, I'd say that SoftBank right now was actually an opportunity to sell. 9984 is SoftBank. 9984. Okay, all. Take a look at these awesome 10x companies. At 99, yeah, SoftBank can go down all the way to 84. Nikki, how can I protect myself if you're telling me that the market goes down? Look, I'm not really sure if the market goes down, but yes, you're right. I have a 90% chance of being right. And so because Nikki thinks that the market's going to go down, the best way to protect yourself is to actually just trim and raise some cash. I don't know how you're going to raise your cash. You raise your cash by selling whatever you can sell. So up to you. I don't even know what you want. Now, Nikki, I have an awesome 10x company, so should I still sell it? It depends. Look at the downside versus the upside. If Nikki tells you that Alpine is going to go to 3 and it's now $6, will you really risk a $3 drop when you can actually just unload it now at $6? You have to think about those things. So with most of these SPACs, you want to actually sell them, not because you don't believe in them. You actually believe in them long term, but you think that there's just downside. Example for StarPeak, STPK. This has gone to $40, right? Okay, so SoftBank is still a good selling opportunity. STPK, what do you think about STPK? It has rallied so strongly. $48, $30. Look, your cost was here, $13. Even if you sell at $30, you should still be unloading. I think that you have to check all of your positions right now. Any company that you're still sitting with 100 to 200% rise in price, everyone's going to sell them. I know that the market's going to sell them. If they don't get sold down, you're just lucky. CRNC is going to get sold down. Yep. $105, yes, they'll sell this down. Serens will fall. Vuzi will fall. Copen will fall. Nikki, is the market gonna fall? I think yes. So how are you gonna do any protection to yourself? UVXY is one thing. However, people said that, Nikki, I don't know how to short. Yes, you're right. That's why you don't need to sell. You just don't need to even short. Because yes, some people said that UVXY is a scam. It is a scam if you don't really know what it is, because it's just a volatility indicator. 10 probably rises to 11, 12. If it's already gap up, people just sell their shares to you, the ones who got in last night. And so it's done. Is there a risk if the market falls and I just hold on to my shares? That's another question that's being asked of me. Actually, that risk is supposed to be known already. even if it falls, you should just simply know that what's your pizza pie rule again? Think about your pizza pie rule. We talked about 25% asset allocation cash, 25% asset allocation global stocks, 25% in properties, 25% in your job and your business. Now, I ask you again, did you overinvest? Now, if you overposition, if you feel that I am overpositioned in the stock market, that's the only time that you should trim. However, if you feel that, well, I'm underpositioned in the market and I actually want to capitalize on these bargain opportunities in the market, can you point to me the biggest bargains in the world? You know what? I'll only be able to tell you the biggest bargains in the world if the market can be going down all the way. Because higher in FUV, if FUV goes down to $7, a 30% drop, yes, the answer will be great. You want to buy it. We were willing to buy at 4 and now you're willing to buy at 7. Will FUV go down to $13, Nikki? I like FUV Arsimoto. Yeah, it could go down. So you actually want to be aware of those things. VCVCU is a strong fact. In my view, $12 is a blessing. It goes back to about $20 in 12 months. It is amazing with diversified clients. It's a strong company in my view. GTech is a strong company in my view, strong trends. I would use any drops at 12 all the way to 8 to keep it and adding because I do think that's a new all-time high coming in the next 6 to 12 months. So many SPACs indeed, yes. So I just put in some highlights. The bigger the drop, the better the opportunity. In solar panels, Canadian Solar and SunPower falling right now. Remember that a 50% drop in their peak is already happening. Where did SunPower rise to as high as 56? Where did Canadian Solar rise to as high as SunPower went as high as. So when I'm talking about a 50% drop, I'm talking about a 50% drop from its current peak. So I actually said in quite a few months ago, if you recall, guys, I shared that pigs will get slaughtered, and I actually identified that the solars and the electrics and the cannabis are the ones that are going to get slaughtered house. I thought that it was just a sector play. Because during January, I was already seeing a lower high. And I was right, 56, lower high, 54, 52, yes, lower high. So we identified that these were lower highs. And then from the lower highs, we thought it's just going to go down on a consolidating manner. But now it's becoming warp speed dropping down, right? So from about $40, it's now dropping to about $35 and $30 as we speak. It could even go 27. The sharper the drop, the chances of a bounce is also bigger. It creates trading opportunities. So $60 divided by 2 is $30. You're already getting that 50% crash. When I said a 50% crash, it refers to the peak. I hope that you didn't buy at the peak because I've been buying SunPower and telling you to buy it since $7. How about Sunrun? How about SunPower? Let's discuss about these names. Nikki tells me to buy 50% crash. What does that mean? All right, let's go to CSIQ. CSIQ went to as high as $60. Double top here, guys. Double top here. Okay. Fell down back to $43. People will actually buy here at about 37. So I think like the strong support is at about $38 here. And any rallies would still be sold down in a lower high fashion. $50 will still be sold down. 46, 48 will still be sold down. The strongest support of Canadian Solar is 24. And I don't think you will be able to get it at 24. 24 were reserved for the early ones who were buying Canadian Solar like us around June, July 2020. You had to go back to June just to get it at $24. I don't think you'll get June 2020 levels. To be honest, you should be lucky if you already can get Canadian Solar as high as $38. I don't think that you can get it that low. Some people would even buy at 45 to unload it at $50. I don't like buying now because I could also get whipsawed. Stock that was sold prior to correction, will it be affected again? QuantumScape is expensive and so it has a risk. It will go down. It will go down because right now you've got triple top. So lower high, another reinforced move at $70. So even next week, next month, it's going to get down. Will it break this $40? I think right now it's possible. I never entertained a breakdown of 42, but because the market right now is really selling off, it's possible for QuantumScape to even fall as low as $25 here, $22. So you have to give a leeway for these stocks to fully correct downside with lower highs. Actually, guys, it's only for the bigger moves that are unsustainable that will get a big collapse. If it was a really an unsustainable move, if it took its time to go up, it will not collapse. Also, I think that QuantumScape solid state battery is a 5-year, 7-year time for it to be revenue profitable. For it to be profitable. That's why it trades like all the space related names. Speaking of space related names, let's talk about some GSAT and GLAT. Okay. Global Star, I said I'll buy to $1, rally to $2.50. If you haven't sold, I think that you had all the chances to sell in the last couple of days. Lower highs, today it's 168. Even if it goes down to 120, you buy at $1.20 or even 80 cents. But you should be aware that this will be sold down. There will be lower highs on these companies. What's your plan for rack? What's your plan for desktop metal? Desktop metal will be sold down at $23, $24. Why would people sell this down? Because their cost is at $10. Remember that. All SPACs at about $25. Right now, because the market is in a sell-off mode, they'll sell this all the way. Where will you buy this? At $15 to be safe. Will it ever go down? Probably not sure. Could not fall. It's possible that it doesn't fall. That's why you don't make yourself so sure about the downside, because I would not sell as well on any price. The truth is I will not sell at any price. So assuming that you sell 21, 25, I hope that you can buy at 15. I mean, example, you like BTCs. If you're selling your Bitcoin at $46,000, actually, you want to buy it at 40,000. You're just not sure if it's going to go down to 40,000, guys. If you're selling some Teslas at $800, you are so happy if you can buy it at $500, right? What are your thoughts on Ceragon? Ceragon is a small company. It's so small that people might actually unload it. That I think that given that these are your short-term peaks, $6 here are right now the smaller caps like Russell will actually be sold down. So I think that the right now the market is also in a risk off mode, that the Russell 2000 is gonna be sold down. The Russell 2000 refers to all the companies that are small caps in the US. It refers to the small companies. In fact, some people during that time here, 1.6, they felt it was so expensive, guys. And then it's still extended all the way to 2.2. So now is the chance for all the shorts to still tell the world a broken clock is what do you call that? The broken clocks? The broken clock is always right twice in a day, something like that. So I think that they're going to try to short the market. Russell 2000 is already in an extended format. The market is in an extended format. Actually, guys, I don't care if Bill Ackman is engaging in the space, whatever the billionaires are doing. Take a look at the charts today. The Russell 2000 is already at extension mode. The NASDAQ is already at extension mode. All of the companies, the indicators are telling me extended, extended, extended. Why will you not listen to me when I'm just really talking about the charts? I'm not even giving my opinion. My opinion is just the charts telling you to sell. I'm not telling you not to sell because of no reason, no evidence. Look at all the charts, guys. I'm not talking about one chart. We're talking about the entire charting space. The small caps want to go down. That's that's just what happens. Not all stocks go up forever. Stocks go up. Stocks go up. That's what all the people said. Stocks go up. Stocks go up. Yes. Stocks go up, go up, go up, and then they hit a peak in the short term. And then maybe they're correcting here at 2000. I think the downside is just 10%, by the way, in the index. It's not as if like I'm predicting a really sure waterfall. So I'm not really that scared. Now, people might say, Nikki, I love energies and financials, the value names. Yeah, they are strong, but I don't like to rotate in the so-called dinosaurs. I'd rather be in cash than rotate to the dinosaurs. I am not in a hurry to make money, so I would rather just wait it out. I don't like dinosaurs like XLF, like reopening place. I think that the reopening place are also great to sell. Example, this is a reopening play. What's the reopening play? Example, like Delta Airlines. I think that Delta Airlines is a reopening play. It is an airline. It's doing so well, right? If I have it, I'll sell it. If I have Macy's, I'll sell it. All the reopening plays are so strong, I'll sell it. I'll sell the Exxon Mobiles, but the thing is I don't have an Exxon Mobil, right? So I'll still sell it. Right now, the market wants to buy all the undervalued laggards and dinosaurs. I'll let them buy it. I don't care. I don't like those names. I would still buy the secular winners forever and ever and ever. That's what I believe in. So I know that there are so many secular leaders, the secular trend beneficiaries. They could fall. Right now, I took a look at most of them. Yes, they are getting a lot of lower highs. Take note that FUV, RC Moto, yes, rally to 36. Can it go down to 17? It's already here, 17. Oversold, can it bounce? 2021, I'd sell it. Now, the thing is, our FUV is here at about 5 to 7, and some of us entered here at 13. Now, let's say that you made the wrong call in buying at 21, 22 here, thinking that it is a support, trying to sell it at 25. Will you sell it at 17? There's two things for you to do. Do you have cash? If you have cash, wait it out at 13, 14 if you're lucky. If you don't have cash, wait it out at about 21 or 20, try to unload at a better price. You don't want to sell at any price because at the end of the day, the reason why there are people who are willing to buy at 12 is actually because they think that it's going to go 24 in the short term. In the short term, in the next 3 months, your stocks don't go down all the way in a single straight mode. So it's going to be volatile. When you say it's volatile, it's up, down, up, down. It's not like down, down, down. And the more it goes down, actually, the bargain hunters would actually enter because secular trend winner, RC Moto. Yes. ArcLight, of course, it's going to get sold down. 26? You kidding me? People have a cost of $12. They'll sell this. Strong names. What do you think about American Battery Metals? American Battery Metals went from 40 cents to 480, fell down to 160. People are still correcting and selling it down. So it will fall. Yeah, I think it will fall. But I think that at 160 and 180, there will be a lot of buyers. I'm willing to wait this out. If you got in at a very high price, say $4, you want to buy in at $2 or an average of $3, the lower your price, the better. In penny stocks, I do believe in it because American Battery Metals is not a penny stock. This will get listed in the NASDAQ. It's going to be American Technology, Battery Technology. They are actually a recycling company, and I believe in it. You can never have too many biodegradable recycling plays, and I like American Battery Metals. Tesla found a strong support here at 600. However, I think that is not a strong support. The first support is here at $500. I think that it is expensive, so the rallies at 700 was still sold down. By the way, guys, before I forget, your GMEs are actually lower highs. Talk about these meme stocks again. Meme stocks as a sector is in a lower high. Givo is actually also a penny stock, so Givo will get a lower high. Let's talk about GME. 160 was sold down. It is a huge range, 50 to 160 or 40 to 160 or times 4. So I think most people sold last night, 125 or 130. They didn't need to sell at the peak. I don't think it goes 200 anymore. So given that the market is so situated to selling, I think that people would sell this tonight even at $100 and then just get on and live their lives. If you do, even if you are a hodler or a what do you call that, a super duper fan of GME, I think that you just simply understand that it's not going to go to $1,000 in the short term. I think 160 is a resistance, so it is a resistance. You just sold, you just sell it all and don't enter it again unless it's about 50 or 60 below. So that's the same thing with your AMCs. Sadly, with Nokia, actually, it's such an undervalued play that I'd still sell it at 5 and 6. It hasn't gone there, so I'm just keeping it. People asking me Givo. All right, Givo is, if I remember correctly, is this a bio-related mass play again? Biomass play. So just like all the penny stock names, yes, from about $2, $1 went to 15. I think, guys, that all of your super big wins should be sold down. So right now you're seeing lower highs. Double tops is just really all the way down. So you don't want to actually be buying yet. If you have cash, you just wait it out, give it some time, let it fall. Let's say it goes, my minimum downside is about 50% from the peak. So $14 divided by 2 is about $7.50. It's trading at 10. I do think that you have a 25% downside rather than upside. If $10 goes up to 12, of course, I think that people would sell it. They would sell it. Therefore, Tesla will have a seller at 700. I don't think that Tesla can sustain itself at these levels. Xpeng 38 maybe fell down to 31, but I think this is already so oversold. However, with Xpeng, I think in the next 3 months, no matter how good the earnings the March will be, people would sell 40 to 45. Am I disappointed? Well, partly because it never even went $100 yet, but it's going to be a range trading bias. 30 to 50 with a bias to trade on all-time highs by next year. It's always event-driven. Xpeng, wait it out for news disclosures. PTGY, sadly, resistance at 30. Sell it next 12 months if you have to. Market doesn't like it. Always a range trade, $20 to $30. I like the company, charging stations, but it's just right now in a trading range. So QuantumScape also in a trading range, could go down to $40. I will be very careful. Any rallies to 60 or 70 is a sell. Alo's not that strong of a SPAC, bought it at 11 and 12. People seem to not like it. If I can unload and break even first, I'd sell. Right now, my priority is not to make some money. My priority is to lessen and minimize my downside. Made a lot of money. I'm just trying to minimize my downside. LiDAR, Velodyne LiDAR, CLA, CGRO, IPV, laser. I think for Velodyne LiDAR and laser, it's all a sell right now. Your old LiDAR firms have already shot up at unsustainable valuations. That's why people sold them down. However, if they fell down so low, like about $11, $12, take note, all of these LiDAR firms will get a support. All of your SPACs like CLA, CGRO, IPV, in my view, 10 to 13 is a great buying opportunity. If it's low, keep it. If it's high, that's the only way that you sell it. So it's a buy low, sell high game. The highest that you could unload is maybe 20, as high as 30 and 40. But laser right now is already trading. Laser is Luminar Technologies. It's still trading at $30, $28. So of course, people will still sell this. So we actually said that this is a distribution. This is a distribution. So I sold, guys. Even if this is your, how do you share this? How about SPNV? SPNV is Spencer Raskoff, Supernova. All of these SPACs are just 10 to 11. It hasn't risen. If you have a SPAC that is near the NAV, meaning below 11, you have nothing to worry about. It will not go down as deep as it can. It's not going to go 50% down. There is no downside to speak of. Unlike laser, which is in a super duper sell-off mode, 28 can just go down to $15 in a blink of an eye. I'm not trying to scare you, but any SPAC in the $30 zone is of course going to go down with a 50% downside, perhaps because the people's costs are just $10 to $11. Remember that. It has nothing to do with what you think. It's what the entire market thinks. Because your CLA, CGRO hasn't really rallied yet, we're talking about $11, $12 here. Even if 14 fell down to $12 last night, so what? It's not even in the $20, $30 range yet. CGRO, neutral, yes. 13, 12, doesn't matter. It's not yet in the high-end zone, so I'll just keep it. What about celebrities, billionaire-backed SPACs? What do you think about them? You want to raise some cash if it's 50% up, but if it's not, then do nothing. If it's 15 to 20, sell them. Bridgetown is expensive now, sell them. Joby Aviation, sell them. SoftBank, sell them. However, Ajax and HAC didn't rally, so what's there to sell? Forest Road was 15, sure, sell them. Will I buy Maurice at 15? No. If it's 10, 11, I will. But at 15 above, I will not. I'll only buy a SPAC if it's $11 below. So FRX in the short term got sold down at 20, 15. It's getting sold down further. Any rallies will be sold down. Healthcare SPACs, the same thing. The market is selling them off. It's not because the market doesn't like them. I just think that there are people who think that bio nanogenomics or PacBio is a scam. That's what they think. And if people think that way, the market still has to explain itself all day. What's going to happen? It's going to fall. Does ARC genomic revolution have a leeway to fall down 50%? Well, if people feel that all this ARC genomic revolution is too extended, look, it went 5x, 7x in just a year. Some people might actually sell it down. And when they sell and redeem, what's going to happen? They're going to force Kathy to sell, even if Kathy Wood doesn't wish to sell. Imagine yourself if you were a hedge fund, if you were Kathy Wood, and you got redemptions in the realm of $5 billion tonight because today, some hedge funds are also Kathy Wood clients, and they've made 500%. And they're telling Kathy Wood, I want my money back. What's going to happen to the genomic revolution? Forced redemption, forced selling equals lower prices for all the Kathy Wood companies. Think about it that way. Kathy Wood has no choice but to liquidate her Tesla, her PacBio, her Bio Nanogenomics, her CRISPR, her Editas, her Invitae, her Intelia, all of the companies that Kathy Wood owns, which is long-term. She is forced to sell because of these short-term clients who tell themselves they're long-term, but when the heat comes, they're not really long-term, isn't it? So you just tell yourself, well, Kathy's going to have a hard time in the next 3 months. ARC Genomics and ARC funds will have a hard time in the next 3 months. That is in my view. That doesn't mean that I don't like their companies long-term. I do. In fact, I really do. But I'm just telling you what's going to happen. My prediction is that Kathy would have a hard time next 6 months explaining herself, even if all she did was the right things. Because there's really a lot of short-term people who don't really know what they're doing. Keep shares, a hack, but trim 15 to 20. Yeah, so this is the sad thing. Humacyte is actually a company that I think should go higher, but because of all these people who are short-term in nature, what's going to happen with AHAC? Fell down. Last night from about 20, it fell down already at 13.60. This was February 24. 2 days after, well, today's February 26. Will it go down to $12? Possible. Meaning, I'm up 40% and then I'm going to give up all my gains because some people are short-term in nature. What's going to happen with Aria? The same thing. It's going to fall down. Will it go down to $13? Possible, because the people who got in at 11 are not really long-term. Now, if you're long-term, I think that you have an opportunity to eat the shares from short-term timers, the ones who will like to sell their pretty babies to you at a discount, right? I'm sure that you need a discount. Aria is Jeff Bezos backed. This is a long-term genomic sequencing play. And I think that Kathy has no cash to buy every stock that's being sold down in the world. A $100 billion fund forced to sell $5 to $10 billion will be unable to handle the redemptions of the clients that are short-term. You have to understand that. Ajax Therapeutics would fall, in my view. Some of people will. Heck was a weak SPAC, but I like the fundamentals. Maybe I'm the only one who likes stock space. Maybe I'm wrong. So Hudson Executive, if it goes to $11, $12, I might sell. CJX was up. I'm thankful that it rallied to 630. One of the companies that I felt was a strong company. Catalyst on Stemonics. I think that $10 is where you sell. Last night, this went 630, Feb 25. One of the companies that I owned that was magically green, because every company I own was being sold down. Disney was actually magically green the other day, but then the next day it was also sold down. ACRX still selling down. Opioid usage overdose. It's really a great company, but I cannot stop the people who would sell. So buy low, sell high. I think that right now it's a buy low, sell high market. ABio is still too early, but people would still sell it anyway. Team is a Kathy Wood company. This is an ARC genomic company. So the bigger the funds that will exit ARC genome editing revolution, Kathy will have a hard day explaining to her clients that she is long-term. So she'll have to unload some beam. She might sell this down all the way to $90 or $70 in my view. So you just have to be aware that they are good long-term names, but you might see a sell-off because these companies are ARC fund plays. All the ARC companies, Square, CRISPR, Roku, Tesla, will be unloaded by short-term Cathy Wood clients. The so-called long-term holders are not really so-called long-term holders at the end of the day. The diffusion will also get sold down. Yeah. Expect a trading range. HIMS, aka OAC, is a trading range. 20 has been sold down, 17 being sold down, 16 being sold down. Will it go back to 10? Perhaps. So just unload it. Take some profits off. VOR was $52 the other day. I'm thankful I got to unload VOR Biopharma at $50. Resistance at 52. Ears, any rally at $4 will be unloaded. So, you know, the problem is I like to be long-term, but the market is forcing me to unload and be short-term, even if I don't want to be short-term. FSI will be unloaded. I have it here, 250, 380. I will unload it for cash. Rewalk, I have it here. I think right now Rewalk is trading at $3, is it? I'm forced to sell. 270, I'm forced to sell at $3.50 if it rises. So I think that this is a long-term buy, but people will sell it off anyway. $2.50 rally to 270, but if this rallies $3.30 or $3.50, I think people will sell. So right now I'm doing something like a game theory. I have to predict what other people will do. And my prediction is that the market reaction is going to be sell the market and unload my shares and panic sell. I think that's really what's going to happen in the market. So in the next short term, that's really what's going to happen. I will brace the pain. I will brace the pain, but of course, if there's a rally, I'd still sell on rallies. Iova, yes, I have some shares at the $50 level. Right now, I think it's trading at $39. I know that I won't be able to get out. So I'll just prepare for it to down slice all the way to 28. I'm not even sure if it will fall because it's a long-term uptrend. For those who don't know who Iova is, Iovance Biotherapeutics is really an ARC genomic fund because it handles liquid biopsies. I think long-term is good. I need to assess just how much money Cathy can support her own company funds without getting killed. Will there be more inflows in Cathy Wood's funds rather than outflows? That is right now my question to myself. And actually, I think Cathy would get more sellers rather than buyers. Amiris is not something that I covered, but I think it's an extended name. All extended names will be sold down by the market. 10X didn't rise yet, but the problem is because it's a laggard, it's not going to move yet. PacB is PacBio, the biggest ARC genomic holding. 53 was the resistance. Any rallies back to $40 is going to be sold down. I think if it falls tonight to $28, you'd have a buyer. So right now, guys, what I'm doing is, what's the peak divided by 2? I'll just buy it at that low. So if I can't, so I have two-pronged ideas. You either let me sell high or lower high, or I just buy cutthroat deep. Like, I don't care if I have to buy $28 if I have some PacB at $36. So of course, I think that I won't get an entry at 14. So I'm trying to haggle for a discount, but I won't be able to buy that low. That's my view. I think like the 10X leaders rarely will give you an entry at a lower price. Transmedics will still be sold here. Exo will have a seller 9 to 10. At $7, there will be buyers, but at 10, they'll sell it. If it goes down to $6, you'll have bigger supports. So if you take a look at your portfolio, if it's $100,000 and you're right now feeling the heat at 80,000, will it fall further? I think it can fall to about $60,000. You will bottom out there. And then from 60K, it goes to 80 and 90 again. So you'll make buy, sell, buy, sell. So if 82K is now 90K, you can unload it and then you lost 10%. I think like that's what's gonna happen. If people can get out of the market with a 10% loss from their peaks, then they'll be fine with it. Because it's easy to make an all-time high yet again, buying low, selling high. I think that's what the market wants to do. So that's gonna happen with all of these names. Gaming peripherals will be sold, razors being sold down. Lock groups being sold down. Actually, all of these shares are all being sold down, whether it be C Limited, Sony, Microsoft, Activision. Don't tell me that just because you hid in gaming that you are fine. No, actually anything you hid is getting sold down. You're getting killed in all sectors. And when I'm getting killed in all sectors, the comfort that I have within my soul is that I tried my best to diversify, but at the end of the day, asset allocation can only do one thing. 25% cash is 25% cash. My 25% stock allocation is still up 200%. I'm still happy even if I'm down. Perspective na lang. Now, of course, think about it this way. If you haven't made a 100 to 200% return in the market, that's only because you didn't invest 1 year, 2 years ago, or even just a year ago, or even just 6 months ago. So you should actually take this drop as an opportunity because we're going to go back to perhaps great levels. C Limited, highly evident, is expensive at 280. Went back to 240, had a rally at 250, sold down. Went back down to 232, but maybe it goes to 190. If it goes down to 190, will I buy? Of course, the answer is yes. I like to buy C Limited at 190 for the next move up to 300 to 400. Urban Immersive, 16 cents. Can it go down to 9 cents? I haven't studied this, so I don't have it, but I'm just looking at the chart. Next Tech AR, I don't have it yet. Can it go to $3.30? Possible. I didn't study this yet. If it's an OTC name, I think that the chances for it to go down is bigger rather than an institutional owned name. Lock strong trend, but I sold it. 180, 130. Even if I sold it only at 130, I still sold it. Feb 24, I sold my lock. Right now it's Feb 25, Feb 26. I don't have it anymore. Immersion, sadly, I didn't sell at 14. I love it so much. I sold really few at 15. Right now it's trading at support at $10. I don't want to sell it at 10, but I think the 12, 13, 14, any rallies to 14 is a selling zone for Immersion. Unity right now is a range trading mode, 98. Right now it's trading at about $100. Rally to 110, went down back to 98. We can clearly see that $130 is a resistance. I gave an arrow here because I knew that 170 was a sell. I remember getting a sell of December. I was already unloading. December, January, February, I was unloading. But I was unloading per sector. It's not, so I really have that's why from 170, I bought back at 125 thinking that this was okay, but it still fell to $100. It's fine. When I sell high, I don't expect to buy the low. I don't even expect to get it at $70. But if the market wants to go down, I think that 85 and 70 is a happy day if Unity falls down. See, I like a crash. If you're going to crash, then go ahead and crash. Super League Gaming, I don't have it, but I know that people are going to take a look at whether it's being bought at $2. Razer sold at 3.19, something that I don't really normally do. I never really sell my winners. But when I saw that the market was peaking, yes, I sold some Razer at 3.19, fell down to 2.74. I'm going to sell again because I can probably get it at $2.20. That previous resistance of 2.74, which acted as support, will become the next resistance. So the people who tell me that, well, BTC 40,000 is support, I will second guess that thinking because, at $40,000 BTC, some people are still happy to sell because their cost is just less than $10,000 or $20,000. Not everyone is not everyone's a long-term holder. Matterport, they sold it at 27. I kind of feel a little bit regretting, to be honest. Making a lot of money and giving it back in just 2 days still hurts. Didn't sell Gores Holdings, aka Matterport, at 27, 24. Now it's back to 19. I'm willing to sell at 19, 20, 21. So selling, GHBI. I have it at 16. Allied Esports, I don't have it, but I'm just taking a look at what the market's doing in esports. Copen, I sold some at $10.50, fell down to 7, rally to 9.50, rally to 10.50, lower high, fell down back to 7, $8, could go to $4.50. Supported here at $2. I don't think you can get it at $1 to $2 anymore. Vuzi strong trend, I sold at 19.20. Can it go down to 16 or 12? Possible. I'll wait it out. The leaders I have, I will buy it back. Danimer, Roche, sell. ACQ, buy. So Danimer, sell, sold already. Arcia's AACQ, which is Origin Materials, looks to be just 10 to 12, so I'm willing to buy. Now, assuming that you have it already, just keep it. I think like it's just a wait and see. Laggards, I think that they're not weak fundamentally, but because they're such an under the radar value, and because I researched so hard, Wall Street doesn't even know them. So when Wall Street doesn't know them, I'm left with little retail people to talk about these companies on YouTube, and there's no institutional buyer. So I think that's just gonna sleep and sleep. So Research Frontiers here about $3.50 to 4.60 sold. It's gonna get the buyer at 360 or maybe 250, but 250 to 5 looks to be a trading range. It's volatile. But any rallies to 5 is gonna be sold. That's why last night actually this went down to $4. I sold at 4.6. Yes, I expect it to be $30 over time, but in the short term, meaning the next 3 months, I do expect it to trade in a range. I'm trying to trim first all the names that have good fundamentals, but that I could be early in. So the market will still respond to these companies only after 6 months. So Wrap Technologies might fall, can go down to $5. The biggest would be resistance at 7, won't break out. Even if Wrap is really being known and used now by law enforcement strategies, I don't know if I'm sorry, it's already 7:38. I forgot the time. So yeah, with SPACs that are $11 below, I think that these are very low downside. They are sleeping giants and they'll just sleep. A lot of companies in the digital advertising will continue to be sold down. I like the news on Twitter, but I think I can get it perhaps at $60 or $50. I'll wait it out. If I can't get it, it doesn't mind. I don't mind. So all of these are being sold down in my view. Disney, The Trade Desk, APPS, which is Digital Turbine, Roku, Magnite, Perion, Acuity, Netflix, Spotify, Pinterest, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Google, Billy. Every name is going to get sold down. Even Bilibili, which had a great number, was actually being sold down last night. So right now, the bears are partying. I thought that Disney all-time highs would continue, but the next day after, Disney also fell to 190. Looks like everyone just wants to unload. So guys, are you okay? I hope that you're fine. It's very hard, I know. The market is hard, but this is how I try to protect myself. I have more longs than shorts. So this is the first time, the very first time that I am trying to sell. GameStop, I'll sell it tonight. Put it into cash. BTCs, I sold some. If 46,000 goes to 50,000, I'll sell again. Dow Jones, 31,000. If this rises to 32,000, 33,000, I'll sell again. S&P 500, 3839, I'll sell. NASDAQ, 13,000, 14,000, I'll sell. BTC Euros, 36,000, 45,000, I'll sell. Ethereum, 1417, I'll sell. Bitcoin Cash, 460 all the way to 600, I'll sell. SunPower, if I can get out at 39.40, I'll sell. Binance, $250, I'll sell. Hannon Armstrong, 63, $60, I'll sell if I can. PacBio, I don't think I can sell at $40. Likely that it goes to $30. It's already 31. It goes below 30. I'll just probably weather the heat. I'll weather the heat because it's just a $130 name. I don't care if it goes down further. It's not about the percentage. It's also about the allocation. Mu can go down to $40. I'll handle the heat. $250 allocation. Unity, it's $1,000. Can it go down further? Yes, it's already 104. If it goes down 85, I'll average down. Transcenterix can fall down further, can go down. I'll probably just wait it out, see whether a bottom happens. Nano Dimension can go down to $8. Yes. Vestas can go down to $1,000. Nokia can fall. Yup, it can go down. Basically, right now, guys, I am of the view that I will lose money in the next 3 months. I think that I'll lose money in the next 3 months. I'm trying to cushion my downside by having my longs protected by some shorts. That's all. I mean, I really don't know if the market will agree with me. But what I see with the market is that it has peaked. And cash will be king in only this scenario. I cannot hide in anywhere. You hide anywhere, you'll still lose money. So cash is the only way that you'll hide. Okay? Thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hope you learned something. Bye-bye.